Rennie Skatesbrook. I'm usually the guy that does all the road racing stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing here. This is going to be really interesting. I'm going to get it Eli Tomac's way. It's going to really piss him off. So we'll see how long he lasts before he comes after me with a bow and arrow. But honestly, it should be good. We're here for Alpinestars 2023 product launches. It's going to be really, really cool to catch up with a few moto people. Hopefully I'm not going to annoy too many people, but we'll see.
Alright, enough of that Australian guy. I'm Ryan Nitzen, I'm the off-road test editor for Cycle News, and today we're at the 2023 Alpinestars launch at Paris. Alpinestars always does it big. They have the whole setup here with all the easy ups. We got a private track. Looks like Eli Tomac's already out there, so we're gonna get suited up and head out.
I think it's a great thing. It's just that they do it that way.
Do you think this has been the fastest Tomac we've seen?
Well, if you look at the season as a whole, for both series, it was my best combined of the two inside of 1 year. So, yeah, it was.
Awesome. So, Chase has been your closest rival all summer in one of the most epic outdoor seasons we've ever seen. Now you'll both be representing Team USA with Justin Cooper for Virgin Nations. Like, do you think this could be the year where the U.S. brings it home?
I totally think we can, and we're totally capable of it. Some of our competition sitting right here next to us, but you know, I think there's no reason that we can't bring it home, and I feel like we've got a better chance than ever, right? So it's time for us to do it.
Well, yeah, USA. Sorry. But you know, gotta root for the home team. So, how much more confident do you feel racing in front of the U.S. fans here at Redbud, and does that boost or does it add pressure?
To be straight up, it's both. You know, being there in 2018, there was a lot of pressure then. I feel like maybe the second time will be a little bit easier, but either way, it's good. It's good to have pressure though to perform under those situations, and yeah, Redbud's awesome. It's probably the best place for us to go back to for that event.
Absolutely. All right, and the last question for you here. So you've been in Alpinestars boot program since the beginning of your amateur career and part of the gear program here for many seasons now. Where do you feel the gear has improved the most over these years?
Well, starting with motocross, I mean, it's got to be able to breathe, right? So I have no issues there. It's got great, you know, ventilation, and then lightweight is obviously important too for moto. And then when I think of supercross, I think of you know, how the gear flexes and where the panels are, and you know, is it just comfortable, right? And you're not thinking about the gear while you're on the motorcycle. And for me, it does all those things.
Well, those are definitely the things that we strive for. So thank you, Eli.
Way too fat for this. I haven't ridden moto for like 2 years. I rode that 125 first, and he had the thought in my head of like, I used to own a YZ 125, it'd be fine. 5 laps on that thing, and I was freaking cooked. So I switched over to the 450. 450 is so much easier, although I've got like forearms like freaking Popeye right now because they've just blown up.
How many excuses have you heard so far?
Yeah, don't worry. I got plenty of them.
Don't use them all up in one sentence, okay?
The complete lack of talent in moto is pretty obvious when you get smoked by a kid on an 80, and I mean like properly fucking smoked.
How's the new gear?
New gear's awesome. New gear's great. Like, could probably use a bit of expansion area around here, that'd be nice, but I don't think guys like Eli Tomac will worry too much about that. But yeah, for me, I don't have a lot to compare it to, but for me it's great. I mean, I've been wearing Alpinestars gear now for so long, it all just feels kind of normal even though it's moto gear. So it's I mean, for me, at my ultra basic skill level, it's as good as I'm ever going to need.
Which one was your favorite set of the year and why?
Oh, I think that's a tough one for me, but I like the set I wore at Red, but you know, it was kind of like it was the red, white, and blue, but with a little bit of green in it, and that was probably some of my favorite stuff. Plus, I think it matched the whole helmet and everything I had going on there. But yeah, it was probably my favorite set.
So, has having the new and exciting gear made a difference for you while riding?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they always say, you know, look good, ride good. So I was hoping that worked. It didn't work all the time, but some weekends I felt like it worked out.
Alrighty. And then so we've heard rumblings that there's a possible 125 industry class that might be happening at Loretta Lynn's, and that you might come film for Tom Journet. Would you rather be Tom's cameraman or riding coach or mechanic?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be his riding coach or mechanic because he's definitely not going to listen to me very much. But yeah, I'd rather just film him so I could film the chaos that goes on within his moto and his meltdown.
So first question, in your opinion, what was the best race of the season and why?
For me, I mean, best race for me was Unadilla. I would say, battle-wise, second moto of Washougal was a gnarly race. I think that's probably the fastest I've gone yet. So, I don't know. I feel like every weekend the pace kind of went up, and it was cool to see. First moto at Paula was also very gnarly. So, it was just every weekend got a little bit harder.
Yeah, well, you were cooking some 24s at Paul last weekend, so that was that was fast. And have you noticed moments where you felt like you'd broken your own personal limits to go faster?
I would say definitely it was Paula. Obviously, was a good race for me. I went and won both motos, but that was really just the beginning. And I feel like from there, throughout the season, every weekend, I'd go back to work during the week and know that the pace is just going to be elevated the weekend after. So. It's still growing. The last race was very, very good. I feel like the riding was good. So, yeah, I guess it's just still going. We've been elevating every race, and for me, it was exciting going back every week, knowing that I had to get better and knew that it was going to be a battle every weekend. So, for me, it was enjoyable. Definitely made me a lot better of a racer, a lot better of a rider, and something I didn't think I would get to that level this summer, honestly. So, for me to be where I'm at now, I'm excited for the future.
Oh yeah. So what do you think you've done differently this season that's made the difference in your performance and making it so consistent now?
For me, I think just getting a little bit more confident and mature. I'm still learning a lot. Obviously, I'm somewhat new to the 450 class, so especially Supercross, I was learning a lot. And then this outdoor season is the most comfortable I've been on the big bike, so that plays a lot. You can't really test your limits unless you're comfortable, and that was something that I found this summer, and I'm looking forward to finding more in the future. So just overall being more comfortable and confident.
Alrighty, so Jett, congratulations first and foremost on the championships this year. So your first public appearance with Alpinestars was in the On Rails video project. And I'm sure a lot of fans will be fans will be happy to know that that gear is finally being offered in the 23 catalog as the Techstar Push. So how does it feel knowing that kids are still looking forward to and asking for the gear that you wear?
It's definitely really cool. When we first did that shoot, I was so pumped when I first saw the gear, and it's cool. I got to run and watch Shugle this year, and I can probably already answer that question now that this gear is definitely my favorite this season. I love this gear. I feel like it shows who I am a lot more with the bright colors and that stuff, of just being more out there, a bit wild and that stuff. So it's awesome. It's sick that it's finally getting sold because I love this gear for sure.
So you helped the development of the 23 gear with us. So how does it feel seeing your footprint on a company like Alpinestars when you see the finished products?
It's definitely pretty sick. You dream of that as a kid, to have kind of almost your own little gear and that stuff. But it's been sick working on the A-Star. They've been awesome, and I'm so excited that's finally getting out.
All right, so moving to the kind of a donations question again. So we know you've been riding and testing the 450. We've seen it on display here today. And some may say that your riding style better suits the bigger bike. Would that be a reasonable, or what would be a reasonable goal for you at donations?
Reasonable goal would to be smoking USA. I mean, that's one of them. Might trade some colors with Chase. Who knows? Maybe Eli, but I feel like he would smash me. So I'm gonna stay in my lane with that. But no, hopefully we can get a podium. We have a pretty good team with me, HJ, and then Mitch in Europe. He's been doing really good, so it's going to be pretty cool. It's all HRC, so I feel like a podium is definitely possible, and if we have all our ducks in a row, maybe even a win, but we'll wait and see. We're just going to go out there, give it my best, and now I have to jump the lead because I have no excuse of horsepower, so it's going to be fun, but no, it should be good.
Yeah, well, we're rooting for all you guys. What have been some of the highlights here for you so far?
The Supercross season was definitely better. I think I had 4 wins, that was cool. And then just being way more competitive every round this year in the Nationals, I think it was a big improvement from last year, being less consistent, so that was definitely an improvement. We didn't quite tick off the big goals we had, but it was definitely a step closer in building towards hopefully a perfect year next year.
That's right. All right, so this is a little bit more of a personal question, I guess, but racing in the same class as your brother can surely cause a rivalry, but we know how close you and Jett are, which is amazing and says a lot about your family. What is the best and worst part about training and racing with Jett?
The best part is, I think some days you don't like to admit it, but it's like you're always constantly pushing, even when you're like, oh, it's just a light day, like stuff. It's still never a light day. Like it's always one's like we just say, excuse my language, but a pissing match always. So then the worst thing is just I don't think anyone annoys you more than like your own blood, especially your brother. So that's probably one of the worst, but it's pretty good. It's been pretty good this year.
Brother.
Yeah, youngest brother. But no, it's been pretty good actually.
All right, you've heard from the riders. You've seen the gear. We've done eating for tonight. The boys are ready to go out now, so I think it's time we go and test some of this gear. And yeah, we're going to have a good time. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheers.